lizards and lizard textures and lizard colours. Now the first task is asking you basically to do some special effects, almost as if you were working on a science fiction film. And we're going to change this image here of a woman into an alien. Okay, and we're going to use two different techniques. We're going to use the liquefy tool, and we're going to use the clone stamp tool, which we've looked at before. The first thing we're going to do then is use the liquefy tool to distort the woman's face and the woman's head and make her look a bit more alien-like. So, first of all, we're going to go to filter. Actually, no, what we're going to do, sorry, very important. First thing we're going to do is to select the woman. If we don't do this, it's going to ask you to distort the entire sheet. Okay, so selecting the woman, then we're going to filter, liquefy. I'll remind you again, you must draw a box around the woman and then click on liquefy. Okay, and therefore it's going to bring up just the woman and not the whole sheet, which would be a pain. Okay, so now I'm going to distort her face a bit, make her look a bit more alien-like. Now when the liquefy box comes up, there's different tools on the left hand side. Let's just show you what they are roughly. Firstly, this tool is the forward warp tool. If we click on that, it basically smudges things around. Now we've got different brush sizes here, so maybe something a bit halfway in between those. There. So for example, oops, my computer's struggling to process this. It's oh hello, it's catching up with me now. You see how far it's running behind me. Hopefully your oh dear. Hopefully your computer will do as it's told a little bit better than mine is. Right, okay, I've mangled her there. I was originally trying to do a pair of horns, but it's gone a bit too far. Never mind. Okay, so the forward warp tool hopefully will work better on your computer, and you can move that around. Reconstruct tool. If it goes too far, you just do that, and it starts bringing it back. It's just lagging behind me now in a very tragic way. Okay. Right. Okay. The bloat tool now. Again, now the bloat tool will take areas and make them bigger. So I want her eyes to be a bit sort of bugged out. So let's give it a bit of that. Oops. Again, my computer's taking it too far, and I'm going all kinds of wrong. If you're watching this demo, it means I've not had time to redo it because it's pretty bad. But the technique's still right. And the pucker tool, just the reverse, it makes things smaller. You can have a little kind of, yeah. Right. I'm going to quit while I'm behind. Okay, so the liquefy tool. Okay, we haven't used it before then. Using these tools, it kind of distorts the picture. So when you're happy with how strange your character looks, click OK. Okay, so I've changed the way she looks. Now I'm going to put a texture on it. Well, actually, before I even do that, I'm going to change the colour. These are all skills we've learnt in the previous demos. I'm just going to change the colour so she goes green. Oops. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, and now I'm going to use the clone stamp tool to put some scales on her, but we're going to do it with a difference. Okay, clone stamp, and then opacity is going to be low this time, yeah, 24%. Remember I showed you the settings before. Now we have to press Alt and click, if you remember, Alt and click, which will fill up our clone stamp tool. And now what we can do is we can start painting them onto here. Oops. If you reach the edge of the picture, that's fine. You just have to reset Alt and click. So I keep clicking on the scales in the middle to make sure I don't reach the end too much. I'm starting to get the look of a kind of Star Trek alien kind of thing. Right, my computer's not playing ball with me there, but you kind of get the idea of what we want for that one. Okay, so that's the first part of the question, which is the major part of the question. And then the final part is this little fella here. He's actually an albino alligator. Come back, Snappy. This computer is now fully taking the mickey. It's just going so slowly. It's almost pointless carrying on, but we'll persevere. Hopefully you're forward winding these annoying bits. Right, so basically this bit, you need to draw around the layer, draw around the area, the area that you want to change. Pretend I did this really well. And change the colour again, use saturation. So again, it's about selecting and changing the colour. So yeah, he was an albino and you're ridding him of his condition. So that's how you do that part.